Hey guys, I have a Sunday morning editorial for you. Good Sunday morning. I wanted to sleep in. It's 7:38. And I wanted to sleep in this morning, but about 7:12, my body said, "Get up. Time to get up." I guess that's what happens when you get older. You can't sleep in. I am so tired. But it is Sunday. I'm going to give you an editorial today. And it's another one where the police went to the wrong home and just didn't care. Now, it's out of South Kakalaki, so I guess down south they do things a little different. You know what I mean? It's out of South Carolina, and they do things a little different down south. But it's just like what happened to Anjanette Young in Chicago happened to this guy in South Kakalaki. See what I'm talking about? I need a hay straw in my mouth. TheRoot.com, thank you for this story. More evidence continues to be revealed that police regularly practice cruelty against black people in America. Jethro Devane, a 71-year-old black man in Rock Hill, South Carolina, has filed a lawsuit against the city for a June 2019 incident in which police ordered him out of his home and held him at gunpoint with his hands up. All the while, he was completely naked. Devane says he was sleeping on the night of the incident in question when he saw light shining through his window and got up to investigate by opening his back door, according to a report from CNN based on his legal complaint. The light was from a flashlight being shown by officers who were searching for 4 juveniles. But upon seeing Devane's door open, they descended upon the elderly man with all of the aggression that a lot of people have come to expect from police officers. This is from CNN. Thank you for this excerpt. In body cam footage, officers can be heard saying, "Rock Hill Police, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Get out. Get out. Don't shut that door." According to the complaint, the officer was aggressively pointing his department-issued firearm at Devane and cussing him and was about to shoot him. Devane told the officer he lived in the house. The complaint adds Devane was aggressively ordered out of the home and into his backyard completely naked. Officers searched his home while the officer who approached him first held him at gunpoint, forcing the elderly man to keep his hands on the outside wall of the home, the complaint says. Following the house search, the officer who held Devane told him they were looking for a group of juveniles running around trying to break into cars. Body camera footage of the incident obtained by Devane's lawyer and shared by WCBD News 2 in South Carolina show an officer identified as Vincent Metasania indeed ordering the naked elderly man outside of his house and directing a gun at him for 90 seconds, according to Devane's lawsuit.
Rock Hill Police, let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Get out! Get out! Don't shut that door. Get out.
I live here.
Come out of the house.
I live here.
Come out of the house.
I live here.
Face the house. Come out of the house.
Why are you in my yard?
Who else is in here?
Me. I
Just
live
you?
here. It's my truck outside. Been watching too much television, man. I live here.
I don't want to talk to you. Face the house right now. How long you been living here?
Ever since my house got burned on Crawford Road.
Okay. Once these officers have finished clearing the house, I'm fixing to explain to you what we got going on. Is it clear?
Now, Devane said at a press conference, "I won't get over it for the rest of my life." He was there with his lawyer, Justin Bamberg. That was earlier this week. He added that a citizen's complaint filed against the officer was dismissed. Of course it was. I filed a complaint and they said, we investigated our own, and the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department has seen no wrongdoing. Even though the guy committed a Bain Act violation here in California and violated my First Amendment civil rights. But Devane, of course, he files a complaint and it was dismissed, and that a police chief spoke to him a month after the incident and told him he shouldn't sleep naked.
I sleep with no clothes on. I didn't have my clothes on that night.
Okay.
Why? I'm in my house. The chief of police said I should not have slept naked. Why? He said you never know when you might be going to the hospital. Like I told him, if you would have let me know you was coming, I'd have put my clothes on. I'd have been sitting there dressed, ready to go.
That was their apology. Well, you shouldn't sleep naked, and we won't pull you out your house naked. We'll just pull you out fully clothed in your pajamas. Oh, boy. Bamberg, the lawyer, said, quote, "Why do we have to be here advocating for human decency and human dignity? It is utterly ridiculous and it is unacceptable. It needs to stop before there is a death." Well, Bamberg, I agree with you 100%, except that there's already been deaths. People have already been killed over this. And Andre Hill in the garage holding his phone up gets shot. Why? Because he had his hand in his pocket in the wintertime. Bamberg also said his client was treated less than human, which is an accurate and depressingly common description of police interactions with black people.
Mr. Devane is in his room laying down and awakens to a flashlight shining through his bedroom window. So like any one of us would do, Mr. Devane gets up, he goes to his back door and looks out.
Who else is in here?
And then he is pulled out of his house at 71 years old, completely naked.
How long you been living here?
The latest disturbing story echoes that of Ann Jeanette Young, the social worker who was accosted in her home by officers in Chicago while naked, even though she wasn't the subject of their search. The video in that incident was unearthed after 2 years as part of Young's lawsuit against the city. Body camera footage has certainly helped validate the lived experiences of dehumanization and brutality at the hand of police that black people in America have spoken out about for generations, but we clearly haven't gotten to the point where police behavior is changing in response to the threat of being captured on video and the threat of citywide protests. June 1st, May 31st, we had a nationwide protest. Every large city in America was at a burning building looting protest overnight. Devane is suing Rock Hill for gross negligence, civil assault, and battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress and outrage, false imprisonment, abusive process, civil conspiracy, state constitutional violations. What about U.S. constitutional violation of the Fourth Amendment? He is also seeking a formal apology from Rock Hill Mayor John Geddes. Well, if you don't get it, vote that sucker out. In fact, the police chief should be replaced. In my opinion, if he actually said, you shouldn't sleep naked. They were just going door to door. This guy opened his door to see what was going on, and they pulled him out naked and threw him against the wall. You guys think you're free in America? Yeah, right. Think again, because you're not. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This story will be in the description box below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers to include police chiefs with bad advice from coast to coast.